Imagine spending 46 years as a death row inmate simply because you had beef with your landlord. Now, this story is a very touching one, so I need you guys to lock in. Lock in. Imagine you're just coming back from a boxing match, you and your guys, and you're like, yo, bro, did you see where I gave that guy that left hook? And you're like, yes. Yeah, you were like, bam, and you were like, bam. Yeah, you know, I can't tell you guys are laughing, you are gisting, and then just when you reach the gate, all of a sudden, the mood pauses. In front of the gate is your landlord, leg folded, his eyes on you like this. He's looking, and then he's stroking his goatee. And he's like, young man, where are you coming from? And you're like, sir, you know I'm a professional boxer, and so the boxing match was in the night. And he's like, yeah, I don't care about that. Yes, you know what? In fact, you're not entering into this compound. And then the landlord enters into the house, and then he locks the gate, and he locks you and your friends outside. And everybody just stands, and you're looking surprised. I don't know if you suddenly you're angry and you start banging the gates, that kind of thing. Yeah, this was the kind of issues Iwaha Akamada was having with his landlord, and he was having this kind of issues regularly. In fact, he was having issues with the entire management in the dorm he was with, and it was especially because of his boxing career. So this made him a kind of eyesore in the eyes of the management. You know that kind of thing, that thorn in your flesh you cannot get rid of. Naim. Yeah, but Akamada's problem did not start until a few weeks later. Now it's 1966, and all of a sudden there's this fire in a miso factory, and everybody's running towards the fire. And they're like, what's going on? There's smoke and everywhere. They're like, oh, there's a father, his wife, and his two children inside the fire, and everybody's carrying water, and they're trying to quench the fire, running about. And they're like, what's going on? Unfortunately, things did not go as planned, and by the time they came into the factory, the father was gone, the mother was gone, and the two children, all of them gone. Even worse, a large amount of money was gone, meaning that yes, these people had just been robbed. In other words, these people had just been... Now, when it came to murder cases back then in Japan, you see, the police would first look around because, you know, the criminal is always somebody that was close by, somebody that knew the family, somebody that was around, that knew that these people had cash. And so the police came to Akamada's dorm, and they were like, yo, we are looking for a particular thief that we believed, destroyed that miso factory. And everybody was like, they're looking for the thief. They're looking for the one that murdered the children and the husband and the wife, that kind of thing. And everybody was like, And the management, they were like, you know what? Yeah, we believe we might have your culprit here. And the police, they came and they were like, you know what? It is true. Akamada, you're the one, you're the culprit. And Akamada was like, me? What did I do? I am not the one. I've not done anything. They were like, are you not a professional boxer? He was like, yes, I do that for a living. And they were like, got you. Only a professional fighter will go in there and unalive a mother, a father, and two children, all on his own. And then he will take all the money and run away. Yes, it is you. And all of a sudden, they bundled him up and they took him all the way to the prison and they close the cells. But you see, even in prison, Akamada was like, I did not do it. I am not the one. The police were like, keep quiet. Shh. Did you say you're not the one? Come here. You're not the one, but yeah, come. They slapped him and he was like, Okasa, it's not me. They slapped him again. And that's the way they were doing. They were beating him day and night, depriving him of food, depriving him of light, every time, just to ensure he confessed for a crime he did not commit. And then eventually, after 260 hours for 23 days straight, he eventually said, okay, police, I will confess. If I confess, you give me food to eat, but they were like, yes. If you confess, we'll give you food to eat. In fact, we even let you see daylight. It was like, okay, can I drink water? They gave him water. He drank. He was like, okay, now take the pen and write. And he took the pen and he wrote the confession that he did not do. He was not the one, but they made him do it. Unknown to Akamada, at the time, that first confession was what was going to seal his fate. Because by the time he got in front of the three judges, they were very, very brutal. And even though Akamada was like, sir, I did not do it. They forced me to confess. I had no choice. I needed to eat. I needed water. The judges were like, would not believe you. You wrote it by yourself that you did it. Now you're telling us you did not do it. And Akamada was like, okay, sir, if I did it, where is the evidence? The judges looked at the police. The police looked at the judges. They were like, there's no evidence. But he did it because he confessed. He did it because he confessed. Bah. Two of the judges voted for him to go to jail. And so Akamada was taken to prison. However, his case was still very shaky, like very, very shaky. The police still did not have enough evidence to really seal the deal with him. What do you think they did? And honestly, this is where in this case I realized that police, regardless of location or nationality, they are all the same. You see, this is the evidence the police later brought the year later, stating that because of this, this is it. These were the clothes Akamada wore that time. When that family, these are the clothes. It was not just this ones they brought a total of about 5 clothings. But you see, there was something very problematic with the evidence. Careful, a year had passed since of those people. How is it that the red on this Kaya here is still very like how is it that the red has not turned black? How is it that this one, so why is the clothes still fresh? And it's a year later and you're bringing it as evidence stating that you found it in a river. Something was wrong. Regardless, the police now had enough evidence to be able to sentence Akamada to death. So he was put on death row. But a little something about death row inmates in Japan. You see, unlike other parts of the country where they are like, in the next 6 months you are going to... They don't tell them. They literally don't tell them. You just wake up one morning and they're like, oh, you. Today is the day you are going to... that kind of thing. And so this created a lot of tension in the minds of death row inmates. They're like, they don't know which day they are going to end them. This level of psychological pressure can turn a person mad. Now imagine spending years in that psychological state, thinking that the next day is going to be your last. Unfortunately, Akamada ended up spending about 46 years in jail. By the time he was brought out, this guy had psychosis. He could not think well, he could not speak well, he could not articulate well. And even worse, he was already having dementia. But of course, eventually, the judicial system took a note of his case and then they brought back those evidence and they tested the blood and discovered it was all a lie, it was a hoax. The police had planted the evidence and this is what ruined this man's life. This is an image of the chief of police coming to apologize to him. This is Akamada over here. This person here is his younger sister, the one that's been taking care of him since he came out of jail. This is the chief of police apologizing. And of course, the government took note of this. And so they awarded him some compensation. We're talking about $1.4 million for 46 years in prison. But honestly speaking, I don't know about you guys. 1.4 is small. That's about what? $83 per day. This guy suffered. This 46 years of his life went. But I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. And subscribe and follow for more.